男孩子你会选择跟他？
那肯定是选择有钱的男孩子。
原因是在于哪？
他有钱的肯定给你一个好的生活保证吧。你要跟一个人在一起，你不可能说跟他在一起要拉低你现有的生活水平吧。
很多男孩子是吧，前期的话他没有那么多钱的话，但是他会对你好啊，那你会不会考虑？
他对我好了，我如果是图他对我好，万一哪天他对我不好了，那我是不是什么都没有了？
我觉得嫁给谁都一样，不如嫁给有钱的，以后就算离婚。
I think that no matter who a woman marries, life goes on. So why not choose to marry a rich man? After all, even if things really end in divorce one day, at least I can get some property and not end up with nothing. Moreover, a wealthy husband can at least ensure that my child has a better life and a rich father. That can't be wrong, can it? If both a rich man and a poor guy are pursuing me, and I choose to marry the rich man, there's nothing wrong with that, right? I'm just thinking about myself a little. Is that so wrong? I'm only in my 20s. And I've met some guys with average financial conditions who have pursued me, but at the same time, there are also wealthy men who are willing to be with me. Since there is a better choice, why not take it? What's so shameful about that? Every day, I work hard, exhausting myself, striving and struggling. Why must I marry a poor guy just to make others feel comfortable? Are women supposed to endure hardships with men unconditionally, and not choose a partner who can make their lives easier? Who wouldn't want to marry a rich man? Isn't this the most natural choice? Just like men all wish to marry a beautiful woman, this is human nature. It's the most realistic way of thinking. People have to plan for their own lives. I'm just being a little more realistic. So why am I wrong? Why does marrying a rich man make me a terrible person? What is there to criticize? Isn't it right to be practical? I don't think I'm wrong. On the contrary, I believe I've made the most suitable choice.
如果我们非要找男人的话，麻烦你找个有钱的。如果有钱的找不着，你就别找。
Sisters, if we absolutely have to find a man, then make sure you find one who is rich. If you can't find a rich man, then simply don't look for one. If you don't find a man, you won't die, right? If you really can't find a very rich man, then it's better to stay single. If you can't meet an outstanding man, then just live your own life. Never randomly choose a poor man who will drag you down and lower your own worth. Isn't this an obvious truth? We must understand one thing. When you are excellent enough yourself, you will naturally stand in a higher place. And only when you stand on the peak of the mountain can you be seen by those who are also at the top. In other words, where you stand determines the kind of people you can attract. When you are choosing others, they are also evaluating you, right? When you ask someone how much they earn in a year, they are also assessing your income and value. So, if you want others to see your worth, you must first possess enough value yourself. This truth couldn't be simpler. Stop complaining about rich men not wanting me. Ask yourself first, are you rich? So, sisters, choosing a rich man is definitely the right choice.
比较喜欢什么样的男孩子？
有钱的。
有钱吗？还有别的吗？
没了。
只要有钱就可以。你好，怎么称呼？
薯条。
今年多大呀
24。
目前是单身吗？
是的。
那你可以接受比自己大多少的
？10岁以内。
目前。
When many women meet a wealthy and outstanding man, they often struggle with one question: should they take the initiative or not? This seems to be a question that many women ponder. If you have outstanding looks and are excellent in many aspects, what would you do when you meet an equally excellent and wealthy man? Would you take the initiative, or would you wait for him to make the first move? The answer is, taking the initiative appropriately is very important. Many women have a misconception, believing that since they are already outstanding, wealthy men will naturally pursue them. But the truth is quite different. Different types of men behave completely differently when it comes to relationships. For example, ordinary men or bad boys tend to be extremely persistent when they encounter a woman they like. They don't care about their pride, nor are they afraid of rejection. In fact, many bad boys treat pursuing women as their profession. They launch aggressive attacks and employ all kinds of tactics, creating an illusion of being deeply devoted. But in reality, it's just a strategy. However, truly excellent and wealthy men think in a completely different way. They may take the initiative to pursue you, but if they don't receive positive feedback during the process, they usually won't persist like ordinary men. They have many options, and they won't lose their rationality over a single woman. They might even think, this woman is already outstanding, so she probably doesn't even need a man like me. Or they might feel that since they have such great qualities, there are even better women waiting for them. As a result, they often choose to step back, rather than desperately pursuing like ordinary men. This leads to an interesting phenomenon. Many beautiful women keep waiting for so-called fate, but what they end up attracting are often persistent, low-quality pursuers rather than high-quality love. This is actually a mismatch because truly wealthy men are often those you need to actively pursue rather than passively wait for. So the love you wait for is often not the love you truly desire.
为什么现在的小姑娘宁可跟着有权的、有钱的？
Why do young girls nowadays prefer to follow men with power, status, and wealth, willingly becoming their secret lovers, rather than marrying those seemingly decent but financially struggling young men? This question doesn't even need to be asked. Because honestly, if I were a young girl, I'd probably make the same choice. What does it mean to be with a man who has power and status? It means a house, a car, and social status. Everything comes easily. Not only does the girl benefit, but her family can also enjoy the advantages. Want a good job? No problem, a single word from him can get everything arranged perfectly. Want to start a small business? With his connections, it's never an issue. And as for money, there's never a need to worry, no need to work tirelessly just to make ends meet. But what if she chooses to marry an ordinary young man with no money and no power? Maybe he's young, looks decent, and has good character. Perhaps he even treats her with care and affection. But what's the use of all that? Real life is not a romantic drama. She'll have to struggle alongside him, endure hardships together, and face the heavy burdens of life. If the marriage is at least stable and peaceful, it might still be acceptable. Although it wouldn't be luxurious, at least it would be secure. But what if he remains mediocre and never achieves success? Then she'll spend her entire life trapped in an unremarkable and frustrating existence. Of course, some girls may still hold on to hope, believing they've found a potential stock. A man who is intelligent, hardworking, and ambitious, someone who will definitely become successful in the future. But reality often proves otherwise. Once a man truly achieves success and wealth, his choices are no longer limited to the woman who stood by him through tough times. How many women have believed that staying with a man from nothing to success would guarantee them a stable and happy marriage, only to find out that once he makes it, he turns around and replaces them with someone younger and more beautiful. The once devoted wife, who endured hardships with him, ends up becoming nothing more than a stepping stone on his path to success, eventually discarded without mercy. It's precisely because they see through this reality that young girls today have become more pragmatic. Marry a mediocre man, and live a mediocre life. Marry a potential stock, and you might just be raising a husband for another woman. If that's the case, why not simply accept reality and directly choose men who are already successful and resourceful? No need to suffer, no need to endure hardships, no need to worry about the trivialities of daily life. There won't even be the common conflicts that arise in traditional marriages. After all, without a so-called normal marriage, where would marriage problems come from? If it's fundamentally just an exchange of benefits, then at least she's the one gaining something from it, right? So, young girls today have really figured it out, and they've seen through reality.
如果你要选另外一半，第一的优选条件
If a woman wants to choose a partner, the top priority should be selecting a wealthy man, and then among the wealthy men, choosing the one with relatively better character. Because wealth is a visible and measurable resource, while character is hidden and difficult to judge accurately. The rational order is to first select someone with sufficient material conditions, and then filter out those with good character within this group. Some women insist, I want to find a good man, an honest man. But have you ever thought about what exactly an honest man means? Many men who appear to be honest and well-behaved do not behave this way because they are inherently kind, but because they currently lack the means to do otherwise. Once they achieve success and gain status, you may be shocked to see that the true nature they reveal while enjoying their prosperity is completely beyond your imagination. Since a man's character is difficult to control, while wealth is relatively certain, the most reasonable strategy in choosing a partner is to prioritize economic conditions. In reality, not all poor men are loyal and dependable. In fact, many are both poor and unfaithful. If you end up with such a man, You not only have to endure financial pressure, but also suffer from emotional insecurity. Wouldn't that be an even bigger loss, making your life even more miserable?
Most women actually find it very difficult to marry a truly wealthy husband. Although every woman dreams of marrying a rich man, the reality is that there are not many wealthy men to begin with. Moreover, many of them are merely putting on a facade. They may dress stylishly, speak eloquently, and appear to be successful, but in reality, their bank accounts may be nearly empty, or even burdened with debt. Therefore, for ordinary women, the most suitable marriage partner is not those who seem glamorous on the surface but lack a solid foundation, but rather those who are down-to-earth, stable, and financially secure. The ideal marriage partner should have a mature personality and emotional stability. He won't lose control over minor issues, nor will he act impulsively or irrationally. His job should be reliable, meaning he won't frequently switch careers or recklessly dive into risky business ventures. He won't squander money carelessly, nor will he be easily tempted by so-called get-rich-quick schemes. Responsibility is equally important. He won't run away from his duties in marriage and family, but will steadily fulfill his obligations. Such men often have small shortcomings. For example, they may be introverted and not particularly expressive, or they might not have striking looks. Perhaps they are shorter in stature or have less refined facial features. In addition, their family backgrounds are usually quite ordinary, sometimes even from rural areas with older parents and less privileged financial conditions. Nevertheless, these are the truly reliable marriage partners in real life, rather than those tall, rich, and handsome men who only look good on paper. Some women say, "I don't need someone extremely rich, but I also don't want to settle. I just want to find a man without any obvious flaws." They hope their ideal partner is just right in every aspect, reasonably good-looking, financially stable, from a decent family background, well-educated, and with a pleasant personality. However, let me tell you, such men are even harder to find than those who are simply rich. If you don't believe me, you can try for yourself. Many men who seem to meet these above-average standards will still reveal various flaws after marriage. They are far from perfect. Do you agree with my perspective? Feel free to leave your comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to our channel for more similar content. See you in the next video.